to ask any of the commissioners to entertain a motion to appoint President Pro Tem in absentia of President Dorhofer.
I move to nominate Commissioner Kessler as President Pro Tem.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay, so I'd like to welcome everyone to the regular meeting of the Park Board of Commissioners. The time is 6:30, and the meeting is hereby called to order. May I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Blue,
Present.
Commissioner Robbins,
Here.
Commissioner Meline,
Here.
President Pro Tem Kessler,
Here.
President Dorhofer.
Okay, would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first business in order is the omnibus vote agenda. Items under the omnibus vote agenda are considered routine and/or non-controversial and will be approved in one motion. If a separate vote on any one item is desired, it will be pulled from the omnibus vote agenda and voted on separately. Items to be included on the omnibus vote agenda are minutes of the regular board meeting June 23rd, 2016, minutes of the special board meeting July 11th, 2016, and payables Les Granger and payroll through July 21st, 2016, in the amount of $1,805,082.65. May I have a motion to approve the omnibus vote agenda?
So moved.
A second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Meline,
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blue,
Yes.
President Pro Tem Kessler.
Yes. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board?
That would be me. Good
That
evening.
would be you. Well, if you could come on up and state your name and your address for the record, please.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kasia Olson. How is everybody tonight? I live at 837 Faulkner Place in Vernon Hills, Illinois. And I am here today to formally present our microphone. Okay. 1, 2, 3, check, check. Right? I am here and speaking on behalf of many dog owners, and I would like to request petition to create a dog park in our village. I wrote up a petition and I collected 30 signatures in wet and a lot of votes yes, yes, yes over Facebook, which I did not print out with me, but I can if it's necessary. Walking my dog for 2 years and driving over half an hour to the neighboring towns to use their dog park. Sometimes I just don't have this time on my hand to spend half an hour one way and half an hour another way. The closest dog parks that we can use are a little teeny tiny backyard thing in Deerfield, a great dog park in Wakanda, a great dog park in Libertyville, and one in Lake Forest. But why can't we have one here? I listed a lot of reasons why dog parks are great. I don't want to bore you reading those out. I can give you the petition so you can read it on your own. I would just like for you to think about it and hopefully find it in your hearts to help us out with creating a dog park. Actually, this morning I took a drive around town, and if you don't mind, I circled few areas on the printout. They are sort of all along Fairway Drive in the commercial district between Route 60 and before you hit the Lehigh Center. There's a lot of empty lots between the big warehouses where I think would be just perfect to put the fence around and off you go. Go happy running. again, this is something that you would be able to tell me if it's possible or not, or maybe you have another ideas, which we would be definitely happy to hear out. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We'll discuss it as a board. Yes, we'll take that.
Thank you.
And then Jeff will be back in touch with you.
Fantastic.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your input.
Have a good night.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Thank you very much. The next business in order is financial reports for the period ending June 30th, 2016. Marla, are there any changes or additions to the financial report?
Yeah, all good.
Okay, thank you. The next business in order is reports and communications. First, to give the staff report will be Executive Director Jeff Gruger.
Thank you. Just a few items. One that is not in my packet, but at the dais I just got today is a hardbound copy. This is the transportation study, traffic study that was done in cooperation with us, the village, the school district 73, and the library on the Aspen, mainly Aspen Drive, and then also in and around the Sullivan Center and the library. Pretty lengthy. So feel free, it's a lot of reading material, but it has some good valuable information. So if you have any questions on it, let me know. But that project is complete in terms of the study and some of the recommendations that are set there for it. Nothing I can tell you of significance that would impact the Sullivan Center once you get into the property, but certainly if there is anything, expansions done in the future with the school district, the entryway off of Aspen into Sullivan, and then therefore throughout would be impacted for the district. So those are all, there's examples that are footnoted in there on that. School District 73 approved a week ago, last Monday. This is the first initial IGA that we put before them. It's basically it's just a copy of extension of our current shared use facility agreement. So we're still working on the second agreement that I think you're all familiar with. So I won't. They didn't get their board president to sign it. He's out of town this week, so I expect to get a copy of that next week. So it's not on the agenda tonight, but it will be on our agenda at our August meeting once I get that back. I'll ask for board support on that. The Sullivan Community Center, if you haven't been by there, they've got a good part of the preschool wing. The walls are all up. They're starting to do a lot of roofing truss work now that'll occur. The gymnasium, probably a third of the way of the wall is up. And so things are, you can start to see it taking shape if you drive by. And certainly if any of the board members are interested in coming and want to do a quick walkthrough, let me know. And I can meet you over there and kind of give you an update on that. Just an update on the park maintenance facilities, the property swap that we're looking to do with the village. James has been in communication with the EPA, so all of the sample findings that we have contracted through Mancov, who's our contractor on the site, have been submitted to the EPA. This is, by the way, it's our second go-around. There was some initial contaminants that were found in some of the engineering results that the contractor did. So we found that there's about a dozen projects sitting on this particular supervisor's desk. We are number 11 of 12 of those projects. So they're looking at sometime September, October that we can get some results on that. We haven't shared with them that why we're trying to expedite this. So I'm going to probably be doing that very shortly and potentially working with some of our legislators to see if we can get that thing expedited as quick. The village is very interested in getting something going because they want to get in and they want to do a roof repair at the old park maintenance facility. They want to pay for that. They've got some other ancillary expenses they want to do to fix it up. So we may see a draft obviously the village is not gonna, take any kind of ownership until we get this particular, what's called the NFR, which is a no further remediation, exemption, communication piece from the EPA. So, we'll see how that goes. And then the rest of what I have there is just upcoming events. So that would conclude my report. Be happy to answer any questions.
Questions? Okay, Finance and HR Superintendent Marla Panera.
Thank you. I'll just start off with a few positive financial highlights. In June of 2016 as compared to June of 2015, Family and Product Center revenues are $24,000 higher. We know that that is due to warm weather because last June was very cold and rainy, so we hope this weather continues. Lakeview Fitness Center was also positive in June, over $20,000, which is very good for June because it tends to be a slower month. Key cards, due to timing, were not in. I have asked Mark, he doesn't think that they were a lot, so it's not going to erase that positive, so we still believe we're going to positive, but I don't have that exact number yet. All camp fees have been collected, so our new collection procedures are still working for us very well. And at the beginning of each year, as we get in our property taxes, it's a time we do a cash flow analysis and buy some certificates of deposit so that we can make some interest as we still have that money before we spend it throughout the year. So we invested in $2 million in certificates to earn the participants. If anyone is looking for some part-time work, we are hiring for 2 positions. Right here at the Lashen Center, we are looking to hire a business office clerk who would support accounts payable and payroll and some other clerical tasks. And we're also at the Sullivan Center looking for a customer service representative for the front desk, mainly looking for people who can work nights and weekends. And that would be processing registration, working as a receptionist, cashier at the front desk. So if you're interested in either of those positions, you can apply online on the Park District website. Any questions?
Marla, question. The $2 million of CDs, is that all at one bank?
No, no. We
So
keep
it's-
it, right, the
covers the
FDIC
insurance.
insured, yeah. So, yeah, it's like 4 different, and we don't always use banks. Sometimes we use brokers, and although we may give them $1 million, they'll put it into different CDs.
What about our operating bank accounts? Are those spread out?
We have, yeah, well, they insure it up to a certain level, and if we go over that level, then they issue additional support to it, and they'll send a letter anytime we go over our insured limit.
But isn't it $250,000 per bank?
Not for the actual bank account. We insure with them up to a certain limit, but it is for the certificates of deposit.
I just thought the DIC insurance just covered up to 200.
Right, and then we
Whether it's
do-
an operating account, a checking account, a CD, or whatever.
Right, they do, but then with the bank, they provide their own insurance
I see.
for it.
Okay.
Recreation Superintendent Tom Ritter.
Good evening. Well, after having stability in our staff for almost 10 years, no one leaving in the rec division, having a couple go this summer, one moving up with Joe and Marty, for those who don't know, watching this, a lot of people knew Marty Walsh, running all our special events for the last several years, relocated his family to Colorado, something he's always wanted to do. So we were in the hiring process this summer to replace him, and we have decided to hire our recreation intern, Jack Shearer. So Jack will be completing his internship, which ends on the 19th of August, and will begin as a full-time employee on Monday the 22nd. Done an excellent job, trained by Marty before he left and myself, and there's been nothing but significant positive feedback to me from various departments that he's worked in, how much of a keeper he is. So we're very
very proud to keep one of our interns for the summer, so welcome, Jack. He's out of town for a couple days, otherwise I would have brought him. You'll recognize him because the joke amongst everybody, including him, is that he looks like Marty. Two redheaded Irishmen, and they enjoyed making light of that with each other. So if you see someone that looks like Marty, that's probably Jack. So, I'm going to read this in a different order. Some events coming up, but I didn't write them chronologically. This coming Saturday will be our first Flick and Float special event, which is pretty much what it sounds like. It's a movie at the pool. It's Saturday night, the 23rd. The pool normally closes at 7. It will still close at 7. At 7:30, people will be able to come in and swim freely until the movie starts at about 8:30, dusk, whenever that ends up being specifically. We'll be showing the movie in the front two leisure pools on our inflatable screen. And we'll close the back half when we do that, and everybody will come to the front to watch the movie. So people are buying tickets right now. They can get them in advance, or they can wait till day of, which a lot of people do. But we're looking forward to that Saturday night. It's $4 admission for those that are interested, and the movie we're showing is SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water. So the main question people have asked, which is I think the same thing Commissioner Kessler had asked last month, was about flotation devices. It does say Flick and Float, but we usually don't allow them. It's only the tubes that we provide at the aquatic center that people can use to float in the water. But we will have plenty. See, we got 4 events and 5 weekends. So the following weekend is our second movie in the park. That will be Friday, July 29th, also starting at dusk, but at Deer Path Park. This month's movie is Inside Out. Minions was last month. We had great weather. We had a very good turnout. We estimated 200 plus for our first movie. It was very nice, good crowd. The following weekend is our annual Summer Splash, Friday, August 5th. It's held from 5:30 to 8 at the Aquatic Center. You can purchase tickets now for $2, or it's $5 the day of the event. So we always encourage people to get their tickets in advance. Duck tickets sell like crazy at the event, but duck ticket sales are always kind of poor in advance, so we're not selling them in advance. Duck tickets are available on site that night for $1 or 6 for $5. We give away a significant number of prizes. It's very luck of the draw. Ducks go down the slide and around the river. So, and we are for that event last year we did an inflatables area instead of carnival games, and it was a great hit. We're doing that again. We're getting a sponsorship with Bella's Bouncies, and we're going to have 4 inflatables and a dunk tank. The dunk tank's new this year, so people can try and knock some of the pool staff in the water or whoever they want. That will be wristband sales. And of course, RibFest, 6th annual RibFest is the weekend of August 19th and 20th. The 19th is from 6 to 11. The 20th is from 3 to 11. We have our returning rib vendors, 5 returning rib vendors, plus Barbecued Productions, which is in Third Lake, Route 45 near Washington. So there'll be 6 rib vendors. We have 2 of our 5 artists, our Grammy-nominated artists, our 2 main acts each night. So we're starting off with Kevin Purcell and the Nightburners on Friday at 7, followed by John Primer, who was nominated this year for Top Blues Album, performs at 9 o'clock. Saturday will be the Red, White, and Blues Band at 5, Chicago Blues Super Session at 7, and Mark Hummel and the Golden State Lone Star Review. He is a Grammy-nominated harmonica player. He was nominated in 2014. So great lineup. It's still $5. Children 5 and under are still free. It's not geared towards kids, but they are more than welcome to attend. Ticket sales are available online as well as at the gate. It does have its own website, littlebearribfest.com. Has all the artists, all the food vendors, general information. There's a frequently asked questions site as well. If you go to the frequently asked questions, one of the first questions talks about tickets. You can click right there and purchase your tickets online. So, it's out of order. What else is I going to mention? Gail is sending out tomorrow orientation letters to all parents that are in our preschool program for this fall. Orientation day will be August 31st. School begins September 6th. There are openings in just about every age group or class except 3-day-a-week 4-year-olds, which are in the morning. there are a couple openings and everything else, so if people are still looking for preschool options, feel free to contact us at the Sullivan Center. And just finally, an update about the after-school program, which starts this fall. All mornings and afternoons, both sites are full, except for Elementary South. In the afternoon, there are few limited openings. But if it's something people want to do or need to have, I encourage them to get on waiting lists, because it's natural at the beginning of the school year. People at this time, or earlier in this year, would make a commitment, and then their plans change. So usually early in the year, there's some drops. So if you get on a waiting list, there's, I mean, of course, no promises, but there is a chance you could get in. So don't walk away just because it's full. Okay? There's no financial commitment to get on a waiting list. And that's my report, unless there's any questions.
Park Superintendent James Kim.
Good evening. Our staff have been preparing fields for lacrosse tournaments and softball tournaments, and to help me out with summer celebration. Ribfest banners and signs will start to go up tomorrow, both in the fairgrounds and around town. Right now we're looking at banners and yard signs for right now, and then we'll work on metal signs later. The Torrey Pines Playground, the 3 juveniles who have been doing community service, they've been pulling weeds, playground mulch, and they actually took 5 hours picking up trash in summer celebration. Did about 8 garbage bags worth, exhausted. So safe to say they're not going to start any fires anytime soon. Police department did contact me about a 4th community service, and I've just put them in the mix with mulching playgrounds and pulling weeds. Deer Path master plan update. I met with the Hacienda contractor this morning. They're going to start working on ball fields 3 and 4 starting tomorrow. They're going to go out and start with fencing. So he thinks by tomorrow afternoon, you'll see one of the ball fields completely fenceless, and then they'll start Monday on the other ball field. Our staff went up this afternoon and took out everything that was ours. So they are ready to completely demo and do what they need to do. The restroom for the Kids Castle is scheduled to be completed in mid-August. Right now, their electricians and plumbers are doing some final shop drawings and making sure everything is good to go before they deliver it to us. Over at the Sullivan Center and Family Aquatic Center on the Aspen side, you may start to see some dying weeds and some land stewardship program that's going on. There's going to be large swaths of land that just start to die as we're trying to clear out some invasive species, both outside the fence, in the creek, and then in the island at the lazy river where the pool's closed. So that should be helpful for all of us. We're trying to get rid of thistle, phragmite, and black locusts, which have these 2-inch spikes that stick out of the fence. It's a daily chore for us to go through and make sure they're not sticking out. Our facility staff are planning out some work for the Lakeview Center shutdown at the end of the month, at the end of August, and then also figuring out logistics with the rec staff on programming for Sullivan Center, for preschool, after-school programming, and other events day and at night, just to make sure that we all have coverage and rooms are prepared as they are. And then the Environmental Committee met, and we've discussed an Earth Day event for April 2017. We're very preliminary. We're not sure really what we're going to do, but we have some ideas and we're throwing around to each other and trying to get something put together. That concludes my report. If there's any questions.
James, I have a comment. Last week I was walking in Century Park, the north side of the park, and walking over that new like bridge area that we built a few years ago. And I noticed that there was a lot of debris and garbage in the water on both sides.
We try and do that once a week.
Okay.
The skipper that we have, but
It looked just terrible, and it's a shame that people have to, dump their garbage in the water. And, just wondering how often you went over there and took care of that.
we try to have staff who that's their responsibility. That Parks or Century or Deer Path or even Grosse Pointe. If they have to come back and grab the skimmer from the shop, they'll come back, and we'll encourage them to walk the entire line, the shoreline. Usually the west side is where everything usually piles up around the island. trying to invest in some really good aquatic rigs to pull some of the stuff out of the water instead of skimming. Sometimes skimming is not. Sometimes it's in the weeds itself. And, we do have a boat. We have to. Little trolling motor.
Thank you. James, I have a question. So for the fire that was set at Torrey Pines, how much damage was done on that?
It was about, I estimate about 43,000 for new equipment, demo install, and then new rubber wood chips, which was more melted than I thought. It was deeper than I thought it was. They're gonna, the parents have agreed to pay restitution, and they're gonna do 25 hours each for each service.
So we're still waiting on that final.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the final number. The insurance adjuster did mention that because it wasn't the whole playground, they may consider just having a whole loss. It's about 3/4 of the 2 to 5-year-old. So structurally, is it sound, or some of the plastic components be heated inside that we're not aware of? So those are some of the things we're determining the adjuster weighing right now. If that's the case, that could be more like 60. They rip out the entire thing.
Do we have any kind of timeline to when it'll be, I mean, I know it's preliminary, but a timeline of when the park will be back up and running?
As soon as the insurance company tells us, gives us the green light to go ahead with the contractor, that's what we're waiting on. It's a pretty basic playground, and they can make it something customized. So she says 4 to 6 weeks from the date of approval.
Okay.
To make the equipment.
Is the whole playground shut down or just that?
Just the 2 to
apparatus?
5. We've fenced off just the 2 to 5 section. So the rest of the playground, the swings, and the largest section.
To the
on the
2 to
west
5
side.
is the age group.
Right.
Age group,
Correct,
sorry.
correct.
Apparatus. So the 5 to 12-year-old apparatus is still functioning.
Still functioning, well, that's good.
Yeah.
So is there anything we can do, James, to expedite that insurance?
I put a call in yesterday and put in all of our claim papers. Just waiting to hear back from them.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in constant communication with the parents, and they're literally just waiting to pay restitution. We just gotta get them, gotta get them a solid figure. So.
Okay, thank you, James. Communication manager, Cheryl Bowman.
Good evening.
She still smiles. She still smiles, so that's all good.
Anything with the bee.
She didn't want it yet.
She didn't want it at all.
Few minutes. Our fall brochure is complete. It will be delivered to residents next week. It's going to the post office on Monday. Should hit their homes around Wednesday or Thursday. It also includes our annual report. It will be on the website tomorrow, both the annual report and the fall brochure. As Tom mentioned some of our events, I just want to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors for our Flick and Float event this week. I'd like to thank Buffalo Wild Wings and Raiders Spinal Health Center. And for our summer splash on August 5th, I'd like to take a moment to thank Jacobson and Sue Orthodontics, Buffalo Wild Wings, Baxter Credit Union, and Shotokan Karate. Ripfest is in full swing. Every moment of Tom and my day today was Ripfest. So from this point forward, we'll be promoting it and getting all of the word out to everybody. We hoping to help promote it with us. I wanted to let you know about all of our social media. It's really been constant. Cassidy Reinhardt does post almost daily. We've had a lot of feedback. So we are actively posting on our Facebook, Twitter, and our Instagram, and I gave you the addresses. Anybody can view them, but if you'd like to engage, like something, make a comment, you do need to sign up and have an account with the Instagram account, the Twitter account, Facebook. But it's been really, really nice, a lot of great feedback from people. And I did put a little bit of, since she has started and have really gone forward with this, we've seen a 270% increase in weekly reach of our Facebook. She does give me reports every week too, which I didn't even know we could do that, so that's wonderful. And just 369% increase in page engagement. That means people are posting, people are commenting on the posts that she's putting out there. She did a lot about Kids Castle. She does just daily posts, our events coming up. So it's been fun. It's been it's exciting. And she did ask staff to anything long list of fun things going on in camps, and she'll be making her way to the camps next week on their special days. It's the last week of the last session of camps. They have a lot of fun things planned for next week, so she'll be posting all that during the week. Google Analytics reported that as of this month, 54% of our users are on mobile. So we've crossed the threshold of more than half of our people, our viewers, are looking at our website on their mobile device. As Tom alluded to, RootFest tickets on our RootFest website, but also on our homepage Park District, we have a big tab and it says RootFest. You can just click on that tab and it will go right to information on RootFest. You can buy tickets from that site too. And that's my report for the evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any comments? Questions? There's a board correspondence received from the Village of Vernon Hills. It reads, on behalf of the President and Village Board, 4th of July Parade Committee, and the community, we would like to take the opportunity to express our sincere appreciation to the Village Park District for the outstanding assistance we received in support of the Vernon Hills July 4th celebrations. As in previous years, we'd like to express our continued appreciation for allowing the use of the Century Park for the fireworks. The Band of the Black Watch was a great addition to the parade lineup, and it was enjoyed by both young and old. Music in the park with the Big Fun Band is becoming a local favorite. The district's generosity and the funding of these groups helped to make this year's event a success, and we hope this partnership will continue in future years. This event is largely dependent on the assistance of volunteers and members of the community. Coordination and communication between village organization is tantamount to the success of community events, and this year was no exception. Thank you all for your support and assistance during this year's event. Very nice. The next business in order is unfinished business, and there's no unfinished business. So the next business in order is new business, and the new business item is the annual conduct ordinance review. Executive Director, are there any changes to the Park District conduct ordinance?
No, there are not this time.
Okay. The next business in order is Commissioner comments then. Who goes first? Bruce, any comments? No, nothing tonight. Mike?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Jim?
All good, other than just want to thank the staff for helping out at Summerfest. I saw a lot of them out there picking up trash and helping out the village, so appreciate your efforts. Thanks.
I have no comment this evening other than thank you for letting me be up here for the first time. Now what do I have to do? There being no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Meline?
Yes.
Commissioner Baloo?
Yep.
President Pro Tem Kessler?
I'm sorry, yes.